This is Michael, my son. Michael was born Halloween night, 1997. When Michael was 3, we became concerned. He wasn't developing normally. He was very quiet, never spoke, lined all his toys up by color usually, and he often would spin in circles for hours at a time. We learned Michael was autistic. Michael's almost 24 now. His mother passed away in 2013. In 2020, Michael and I moved to Buffalo, New York. This was a big change for Michael. Added to that, we were dealing with the pandemic. Michael hasn't been in a day program for 19 months.
Michael, you ready to walk? Okay, let's take our walk. Okay, here we go.
Michael has a huge energy level. We walk every day, usually for about an hour and a half.
Really helps to have a good walk, doesn't it? Is this good? Michael, you like Buffalo? Here's Michael at the juicery. This is where we like to walk. Delaware Park.
Michael's ADHD can keep him up for 3 days straight, so we have to medicate him with risperidone. In addition to that, he takes Celexa, which helps his OCD, and he uses clonidine just to keep him calm. But his favorite form of stimming, or releasing energy, is pacing. Michael paces for 8 to 10 hours every day. He paces while he eats and drinks. He paces while he watches TV, and sometimes even carries his computer around and paces while he computes. Afternoons are for relaxing, movies, and computers. In addition to pacing, Michael sometimes flaps his hands, another form of stimming, probably the most common. He frequently touches his nose. And he nibbles at food, which I think is another type of stimming. He just touches it to his lips without taking a bite. And there's always pacing. Michael's OCD manifests itself through constantly repeating phrases. All done is a big one. He'll also say the names of his Thomas the Train characters and characters from his TV shows and movies. OCD is probably the most difficult thing for Michael and I to deal with. Michael also rocks back and forth. whenever he sits. Michael is always moving.
I know. Oh, that's better. Oh. Okay.
Some people might get upset if their child never really seems to mature, kind of remains a toddler for life, but I find it kind of refreshing. Every day I look at Michael and I see an innocence that most people just don't have. Michael also seems to have a very mysterious sixth sense. He knows when people are upset. He can seem to read people's thoughts. And he always, even if we're in a new town, he seems to know where he's at. He'll frequently give me directions in the car by pointing, telling me where to go, if he wants to go somewhere. We lead a simple life, but it suits us both. And I have to say, I'm much happier now than I was when I was younger. Michael has made me see things, including life, a whole lot differently.
Hey, buddy. How's Michael doing? Michael okay?
We've both grown. We've grown up together. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Michael is my pride and joy.